tonight's topic, I'm going to say I'm not sure what the title of this is going to be, and maybe at the end I will. And what it involves is relationships in recovery and not in recovery, or different types of recovery. We have it's an amberism that we have adopted in CFR that sounds and includes something like, your pathology is affecting my recovery. And there's different ways I can say that. And it doesn't matter which way I say it, there's still ownership on both parts. So for example, I may say to Chad, honey, I'm really worried about you. The way I have perceived your pathology showing up seems to really be impacting my recovery. And I can make it sound as kind and as loving as I want to, which is my intention. And I still have some responsibility in it because it's my body that's being impacted. He's just doing him. My ownership of it and my ability to is because I want to create connection in the discomfort. And sometimes that's safe for me if the other person is in recovery and if that is a negotiated statement. If the person that I'm in a relationship with is not in recovery, there's ways I can say that just use different semantics and is the same message. And it still doesn't mean I don't have ownership in it. Meaning something's happening to my body that is a result of the external world. And so what do I need around that? My husband taking care of himself might trigger me, and that's not his fault. And it's not my fault. And it's still my responsibility to take care of me. It's my ownership to acknowledge what's happening in my body and what do I need. Boy, it's fucking amazing when I can say your pathology is affecting my recovery and the other person's like, oh shit, so sorry, what can I do? Like, I feel like that might happen if one of us on the screen said that to each other, right? Like, I feel like they're my people, they get me. And man, if life were that easy, it would be fucking amazing, right? However, what I'm very aware of is my dynamics, meaning my relationships, are typically where my recovery is challenged the most. And I'm not talking about my marriage. I'm talking about my relationship with me. When my body starts talking to me, and I want to invite you, I want to offer that the messages my body sends me are love notes. They're friendship notes. She is only trying to take care of me. She's not trying to hurt me. So when my body gets really loud because I'm maybe not listening, or when my heart starts beating really fast and I'm really overstimulated, that's not my world's fault because my world's just doing what it's doing. Nor is it my fault that I'm being overstimulated. And it is my job to notice, shit, this feels bad. What do I need? What's happening? I can't control out here. It is my responsibility to listen, hear, feel the messages, the friendship messages that my body is sending me, because she's telling me exactly what I need. If I'm overstimulated or overwhelmed, I need to slow down. If I'm so anxious that my chest feels heavy and I can't breathe, I need oxygen. My body is telling me what I need. I choose whether or not I'm going to include my relationships and my dynamics, because I have no control over them. And sometimes, especially if it's not one of my peeps, if it's not a fellow traveler, a person in some type of recovery, sometimes verbalizing it, in my experience, it could feel worse. So that's where I get to decide. My body's talking to me. What do I need? How can I support me? Is what's coming at me or what's happening in my external world something that I can do anything about or ask for? Or is this all me and me? This is a very, like if I were to describe a dynamic to make this less abstract and more specific, this might be, I'm going to speak in the I so I can make it really specific. Um, mhm. This would be when I am trying to get better and my dad is choosing to drink again. My body's going to start screaming. I'm going to want to dump it out. I'm going to want to shame him and yell at him. And all he's doing is him, because he's surviving. And I don't have any control over that. I would like to think that I do, and I don't. And what my recovery tells me is I have a choice to be in that relationship. I have a choice to be in that relationship as much or as little as I want to be, because that's what my recovery tells me. My pathology says all or nothing. My recovery tells me this relationship isn't safe right now, and I need to create more boundaries, or I need to create more boundaries and more distance. I don't have to love them less. I don't even have to respect them less. And what I'm owning is this experience or dynamic is too much for my body. I don't have to prove it. I don't have to explain it. All my job is to listen to my body. That's it. That sounds way easier than it is. I feel like this should be a t-shirt. That shit sounds way easier than it actually is. I'm owning it. And if it were easy, everyone would be doing it. But what it also requires me to do is make myself the priority. My needs, my wants, my desires become the priority, which is exactly why I may know that's what I need to do for my safety, emotional safety, physical safety, somatic safety, whatever level of safety. But that does not mean I know the how. And that's why we teach in our model, I can't do this alone. Because if I could, self-help books wouldn't be a trillion-dollar industry. Why? Because we wouldn't need that many of them. If they did that, right? We wouldn't need that many books if they did what they were supposed to do. Doesn't mean they don't have a purpose. They do. They give us valuable knowledge and education so that I can go and say, I think this is what I need. I know, but the how no is down here. So when I'm married for almost 20 years and my husband's not okay and I'm getting better, That's on me. What do I need to change about it? What do I need to do with that? If I have a best friend that has been in my world since high school and it's not safe anymore, and I feel judged or shamed or it feels dangerous, if I'm not the priority, I will not be able to act out the how to. I will stay in the cycle and it will keep hurting and I'll feel stuck. Recovery teaches me I don't have to know how to do it all. I'm not supposed to, actually. Thank goodness. And when I have my people, when I have my community, when I have my collective, the how is what's given to me. Because there's some other situation or there's some other relationship or there's some other dynamic that will help me figure out the how. But the only way I get it is through connection. I can't get it in a self-help book. I can't get it listening to a podcast. I will only decide it's a problem if I say it's a problem. And the only way that the cycle stops is when I say stop. Some of these examples I'm offering are kind of severe and extreme, and I'm only doing that for the purposes of coloring in the picture. And it doesn't have to be Jerry Springer worthy, right? Like to Steph's point, I can have someone in my life that situationally what's happening for them is triggering for me. And so I may need to recognize that, not explain it or prove anything. And still, I might need to do something for me around that. Or I might need to sit with my husband and say, this is how my world is being impacted, and this is what I'm asking for. I've told you I didn't need this before, and I'm changing my mind because now I do. Or a best friend, or a mom, or a fill in the blank, like is my point. That dynamic can be anyone. The relationship that is going to guide me out of it is me and me. And the stuckness is something between me and me. That's why I'm not moving. When I'm in connection, she's back. And it's safe enough for me to explore what options might be. So I'm going to stop the recording